So let's start with the first video, and this will guide you to create a quiz. So considering I am logged into the admin panel, on the left hand side you will see a module called QSM. There have different options. You will see a module called quiz and service that will display all our quizzes and surveys which we have created earlier. As we know, we have already set all the settings for the Good Smartarian or the first responder quiz. So we expect whenever we want to create a new quiz, we will make a duplicate of this one, so that all the settings for the Good Smartarian quiz are copied to the new quiz. So I just say I want to duplicate this particular quiz. Now while duplicating a quiz, he is also asking whether you want to duplicate the questions also. So all the questions in the Good Smartarian will be added to the new quiz. That is not in our case, because we want to have a fire safety quiz which have different questions. So we only want the settings. Okay, so we don't want to copy the duplicate questions also, so I didn't check it. So I just give the name. It's called fire safety quiz. Okay, now I say the duplicate. A new quiz will be created with the name called fire safety quiz, which has the same settings as that of the Good Smartarian. Now, if we look into this fire safety quiz, we will see they have different options. All the options are already set, all the settings are already defined. You need to only add the questions. So we are only going to add these questions. Now, for the questions, there is one option called pages. So we have different pages. The page is what? One page. So how many questions you want to display on one particular page, you can show it over here. You have already seen there is a contact page. Before starting the quiz, before starting this survey or a quiz, some of the basic questions are also put up, which is the information about the user who is giving the quiz. Like in the contact option, you can see what all he is asking about. He is asking for the full name that should be written on the certificate page. A small open for entering the name or education institute and the email. So these are the three questions which we put normally before starting the quiz. The rest, all the questions like the age group, the profession and the gender, we ask them in a quiz. So while starting with the quiz, there is one page which has a sample question over there. So I just remove this page, because normally on the first page we need what? The age and address in this. So these parameters, these questions are already defined. So for age, profession, gender, these questions are already defined. So already defined questions can be put up from the question bank. So add questions from the question bank. So if I click on that, it will open all the question bank. You can search for what? The age. Let's say search for age. Okay. There are many questions regarding your age. So this is your age group. I add this question. Okay. Now in this particular page, I will add the profession. I search for the profession. So I add this question. And then we have the gender. So we can ask this question also. The three questions are added on one page, which is the age group, profession and the gender. Okay, fine. That's fine. Now moving on to the next one, we can create a new page. Like on the first page, we will ask these three questions, and the next page, whatever you want to ask, we can put over there. So let's have a demo from the website Fire Safety Quiz. Let's go to the website, quiz. Take a fire safety quiz. Okay. Now, when we start the quiz, that's all these parameters are already defined. So let's move on to that. This is the first question. So I just copy the first question from here. Okay. So on page 2, I create a new question. Might be this question already exists in the question bank. You can also search for that, because I have already created this one. So I can search for this question. So if it exists, like there are multiple questions that exist, right? So right now I'm just deleting all these questions because I want to show you how to add a new question. Okay, so I just create a new question. Here he asking me to write down the title, so I give copy and paste it, the title of the question, the possible answers, that is true and what false, true and false. Now I give the answers. Your answer is true, add a new answer. Your answer can be what? False. What is the correct answer? We can mark that and give points to this. Look, there is 1 point for correcting this, false, 0 points for doing this one. Now every question is associated. Now this is a multiple choice question. Normally all the questions, what I can see from your earlier quiz, they are multiple choice. So the question type is multiple choice and the answer type is also a text answer. The other option we can have is rich or image. We also use this in some of the questions as image answer. I will show you that. So the text answer, okay, that's fine. Now whenever user presses the next button, you will see the description, the detail about this. So we copy this one and add the same to the question with the add correct answer info. So I copy that to this, paste that. We can apply some formatting over there because we don't have the A or B. We just write this one. So this is our first question being saved. So in a way, we can create n numbers of questions. For every question, like in this particular quiz, we see there is 1 question per page. Now next, it's a new page, new question. We can also do that. So we can also define that. For this question, there is one also option that is required. So user cannot skip this particular question. So I save this one with the required. Now for the next question, I create a new page. In the new page, I create a new question. Again, I copy the title. Okay, now I copy the options from there. So from here on, I am copying the options. It's 2 minutes, 8 minutes, and 15 minutes. So add new answer 8, add new answer 15. Right? Now, which is the right answer? Let's say I select it. We can see that from here. So the right answer is 2 minutes. So let's say I give this as a correct answer with 1 point. Rest all others are what? With the 0 point. This is again a multiple choice question with the text type answer. I mark it as required and also add the explanation to this question. This is the explanation. We copy that and put that in a add correct info. So again with the formatting, bold, this one has bold, and we don't want ABC, so that's the tool. So this is marked as required. We have given the correct answer. Everything is done. Now we can save the question. In that way, we can create all questions. Right? Now let's create a question with an image. So I create a new question. I just give an option. Please select a valid image. Now in this case, the answers correspond to the image. So it is a multiple choice options because user have to select one image, and the answer type is not text answer, it is an image answer. So when I select the image answer, you will see add new answer will have different option. Insert image URL. So you need to add the image URL. Right? So I select the image, plus button. So if the image is already in our system, you can select it from there. So if it is a new image, you can upload the image. Upload. There is an option called select file. You can select your image from your folder. Okay, right, this one. Okay, that's there. So now we can, once it is uploaded, we can use this image. So that is the first image. We can give this is the right answer and this is the correct one. If we have n number of images, we can add in a similar way. In this way, this particular question is what? Saved. We can mark it as a required and save. So there are 3 questions in our quiz. Okay, that's how we create the quiz. In the last tab, in the certificate tab, we have an option to change the content on the certificate. The photograph, the background of the photograph or we can see the background of the certificate that will be given by using this particular page. There is a photograph attached. This photograph is attached as a background to the certificate, and this is the content which is written there. So you can change the content from, because this is corresponding to the Good Smartarian quiz, you can update that. Right, the rest will remain same. So we move on to, this is what we have created a quiz. So we can see in the QoS Inception quizzes, we have a quiz called Fire Safety Quiz. Every quiz is assigned a short code. Like this quiz is assigned a code called 9. QoSM quiz equals to 9. Right? So this is how we create a simple quiz.